What's going on, parents of Eastside Elementary 3rd through 5th grade students? As we approach the upcoming end of the year testing cycle, we think it's imperative that our students and our parents know their data and know their goals based off their data. You'll be getting a data chart with your students' data in the mail and in their backpack within the next couple of days. We want you to sit down and look at that data with your students. But before we do that, we're going to explain what you're going to get here in a second. So stay tuned. All right, so on your student data letter, you will see two separate spreadsheets, one for math, one for ELA. This example is a math spreadsheet, okay? So in this example, we're gonna talk about iReady first. There are 3 columns in all the iReady spreadsheets. Well, the first column is no growth. This is the level your student is projected to make on FAST at the end of the year if they make no growth in iReady from this point forward. The next column is typical growth. So this is the prediction of FAST at the end of the year if your student makes their typical growth on iReady by the end of the year. And the third column for iReady is stretch growth. So again, this is the predicted FAST finishing level if they make stretch growth in iReady by the end of the year. So as you can see, we really want our kids to try to make typical and really definitely try to make stretch growth in iReady. For FAST data, we have a couple more columns. All right, the first column for 4th and 5th graders will be their previous year FAST data at the end of the year. For example, this is a 5th grade sheet, so this is what the student got in 4th grade, and this is what this student got in 4th grade at the end of the year. Your next thing is your PM2, which is the middle of the year, and your score you got in the middle of the year. So these are the scores. The next part is the level you got that accompanies this score. What we really want you to pay attention to is this last piece here. If it says 0 under make gains, that means your student has not made a learning gain yet. And our goal is to make all of our kids make learning gains. And the gap here, this red number here, the deficit is how many points needed to make a learning gain. So in this example, the first student up top needs 34 points to make a learning gain, while this student right here only needs 2 points to make a learning gain. If this column is green for your students, that means your student has already made a learning gain. Even if they've already made a learning gain, we still want to stay on top of them to make sure that they are doing the best that they can. 3rd grade, we'll be focusing on proficiency. So your points here will say make proficiency or not, and then you'll have your deficits on the right. In summary, again, we think it's important for all students and all parents to know their data. So when you get this letter, please have a conversation with your student, especially about this end piece, whether they have a chance to make those goals and what they're going to do to make those goals to erase this deficit, or if they've already made a gain, what are they going to do to make sure they get even better? Because that's our goal, is to have every one of our students make a gain or make proficiency. If you have a conversation with your students and you sign this data sheet, they get to go to a pizza party. So there's an incentive for that as well. If you have any questions whatsoever, please, please, please reach out to your child's teacher and they will gladly meet to discuss this data with you. We don't test until May, but we got a lot of work to do till then.